Looking at the screenshots for Bouncy Bullets in the PlayStation Store, you'd be forgiven for thinking that Bouncy Bullets is just a pocket money price first-person shooter, but as they say, first impressions can be very misleading, as I soon found out when I loaded the game up. Bouncy Bullets is another console port from Ratalaika, and once again they were kind enough to provide me with a review copy of the PS Vita version of the game for me to take a look at. As with my previous review of Paradox Soul, also from Ratalaika, I'll leave my review score until the end of the video, so stay tuned, but for now, on with the review. Upon loading and starting the game, you're presented with a choice of chapters, each split into a number of levels. There's no story, so when you select the level you want to start on, you're thrown straight into the game. You're presented with a glorious cel-shaded world, one of surreal colours, a blue sky, multicoloured landscapes, pink waters filled with floating ice cream, a world like nothing you've seen before. Gameplay is simple enough. From the starting point, you simply have to make it from there to the portal at the end of each level. On first impressions, it appears to be a straightforward 3D platform game, using the left analog stick to move forwards, backwards and sidestep left and right. The right stick looks around, allowing you to change direction. The only issue here, and one that others have complained about, is that pushing up on the stick looks up and not down as you'd expect from a first-person shooter. There are no options to change this anywhere in the game's menus, so it takes a little getting used to. On-screen instructions appear as you play, as text floating above the ground, so you learn quickly that you need to press X to jump. Within a few seconds you quickly manage to navigate the first level and make your way to the exit. Things pick up when you reach the second stage, when a weapon appears on screen. At this point you see where the game's reputation for being a first-person shooter comes in. Populating some of the levels are carefully positioned creatures that fire at you, blocking your path. To progress towards the portal, these need to be destroyed. You start out with a single type of shot, but as you move further through the game, different weapon types become available, including bouncing bullets, hence the name of the game. Additional game mechanics are introduced gradually, including platforms that catapult you into the air, ground-based hazards, and barriers that you need to get around, as well as creatures that you have to find scattered around each landscape. As you complete each stage, you're awarded a star rating depending on how fast you complete it. The quicker you complete the level, the more stars you are awarded. If you don't achieve a 3-star rating, the time targets would be displayed so you'll know how fast you need to be to achieve them. This is a great way to encourage added replayability once you've completed all the game's 48 stages. If you fall off a ledge, mistime a jump, land on one of the many hazards, or end up being shot, then you fail a level. As with Paradox Soul, there are no lives here. You just get the chance to try the level again from the start. Progress is saved automatically, so you can come back to the game whenever you want and simply pick up where you left off. And if you want to replay earlier levels, these can be selected from the main menu. Visually, the game is a delight. Cel shading hasn't really been used a great deal in games for a while. It was all the rage when it first made an appearance back on the PS2, but it's only been seen a handful of times for Vita games. Bouncy Bullets is the perfect vehicle for this style of graphics though. It helps to keep the tone of the game light, bright and fun, which is exactly what the game is. What's more important when adopting this style is the speed and fluidity of the visuals, and they're incredibly fast, smooth and seem to be glitch free with no sign of pop-up anywhere. The sound is just as good. While the sound effects are quite basic, there are some great pieces of music playing throughout. These change as you progress throughout the levels, so you're not faced with listening to the soundtrack ad infinitum. What really matters is how well Bouncy Bullets plays though. Despite the slight issue I mentioned earlier about the controls, it's a fun platformer. It's a game that offers plenty of freedom to be played any way you like. For those of you who just want to enjoy the game and see all the levels, you can take each one at a leisurely pace as you attempt to complete it. But for those of you aiming to get all the stars, it offers that speedrun challenge, making the game a bit more frantic and faster paced. It works equally well no matter what approach you take to the game, so it offers something for all types of gamers. Despite being frustrating at times, it's an enjoyable and entertaining platform game. The levels are short enough to stop them from being tiresome, while still offering enough of a challenge to stop you from racing through the entire game in a matter of minutes. It's not the biggest of games, with only 48 levels on offer, but at just $3.99 is superb value for money for the amount of time you'll spend playing it. Even more so considering the fact that it's another cross-buy title, giving you both the PS Vita and PS4 versions for a single purchase. Once more, it's another great release from Ratalaika. That's it for another PS Vita review, so all that's left is for you to stick around to find out just what score we awarded Bouncy Bullets.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click on the like button and leave us a comment below. Also, spare a moment to share this video on Twitter, Facebook and all your social media pages. To get updates on all of our latest videos delivered straight to your inbox, subscribe now using the link on the screen.